I don't think I should have comment and push notifications on Twitch, right?
Nope, it's still offline.
You
Now it's
sure it isn't
online.
your computer?
Oh wait,
Your
How is
advert.
computer mucking up?
Damn advertisements. Damn you.
Oh yeah. Comments,
Great notification comment.
Comments called it, so I can change the settings to really crappy quality. There we go.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a glass of water because I didn't think we'd be starting this.
You didn't think we'd be
2 minutes.
starting on time?
Man, come on!
Man,
How are we gonna end up having
I
to
told you to be ready.
silly guy.
This ninja, you think you ask too much of him.
I like how the stream just starts off of us all shouting at him.
Oh, they can hear us?
I know.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
But not like
is
you.
there currently a they? Is anyone here yet?
I can't find it.
I'm on ad,
It's
so I
not
don't
I
know.
know,
showing up on my
it's-
internet.
By the way, if you're struggling to get to the stream of a friend because it's a Twitch is a real pain and doesn't show you in your follow channels, if you click on comment as a friend and it opens up the little chat box, you can click on the little cog and then click on go to Comet's channel.
He's not my friend.
Hello.
add
My
in your
friend.
Oh, yeah, they can hear us. Oh, Atlas is here. This is
Oh
gonna,
yeah, here we go.
this is gonna be great.
Oh,
I'll just search it.
Oh, hi, Mark. Or Atlas. Oops.
Found him.
Words.
My
Okay.
homework.
Just tell me when I need to read the thing.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, Wessel's here.
Oh, Vessel. Okay. Okay.
The cat person is very suave.
No, the cat person will be like the background music, you know, like.
The little
Cool. And it's Inferno is for.
More charisma than all of you.
Comet, you know you're still muted, right?
Is this true?
Yeah, comment don't feel good. I
How
know,
much
but
charisma does
Bard's cast
this
from
cat
charisma,
have?
so
anyways,
But Agnes is
Uh,
charismatic.
you're the same charisma.
Oh, okay.
do I need to read the things now or? I'm waiting for the okay from either sub or
Comment.
Ye.
Mhm.
Who's whistling?
No one.
Because that really hurts in one ear of
Oh
mine.
yeah, sub, you are leading this.
I mean, it's your stream, dude.
But it's son of a bitch.
It's gonna go so well.
Ah,
Just read it.
okay. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Dummies and Dice. Sadly today will be a little bit shorter due to the fact that Comet has the base of the and also his nose is bleeding profusely because we told him to stop watching anime and he didn't listen to us. So he's chosen to stay muted for this. The VODs of Dice and Dummies, or Dummies and Dice, I'm going to always get this mixed up, are going to be made available on both Twitch as a collection and on YouTube. The decision of which YouTube channel that will be on, either it will be on Comet's main channel or his live stream channel, still has yet to be decided. Big thank you to FaceJam X, who is currently Agnes.
Hi.
Thank you for making the thumbnails for Dummies and Dice. And oh, speak up! You can't hear me. Do I need to
Maybe
speak
not.
louder?
No, I think it's
Comment
I
need
think
to
they
turn
were
me up.
talking to Atlas.
it's in the middle.
Oh, I don't know what.
Mm.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
Don't worry, you're fine.
Well, it's Atlas. Then
okay.
I was scared, but yeah, that's basically a little bit of the announcements that we have. And I will throw it over to our lovely DM sub or subby wubby.
No, I can still hear the Twitch stream. No, we don't want that.
Continue
I only want to have to hear you guys
yourself.
once.
Wow.
Oh, but I thought you loved me.
No, you don't love anyone.
Wrong person. Right.
Ow.
Nate breaking all the hearts tonight.
We love Comet, come on.
Have you not heard our GTA sessions?
Oh, they had
my
a date night at one point,
Your
didn't they?
These sessions get very, very interesting.
That's all you need to
Oh,
listen
yes.
to.
No, it's
Susan.
Comet
Yes,
and
they do.
Storm
I
which is
have.
date night. Anyway.
Yeah, but he messaged you about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't try and deny this.
Now I have Kalis Whisper stuck in my head.
Anyway. How many times do I have to say this?
At least once more.
This is an at message?
Right. So we continue this ever-growing story. The tribe of the Cragmore Goblinoids lies vastly diminished after you rescued your employer, to which you now find sleeping among your number in this cave of legend. His rescued brother sleeps nearby, whilst the head of the supposed architect of the misfortune hangs lifeless from the belt of the sorceress. The last job from these dwarven brothers to finish clearing out Wave Echo Cave, sometimes referred to me by as Echo Wave Cave because I don't know words. Last time we met, you managed to purge the halls of many a zombie and several bugbears, along with a skull wreathed in flame. You swear you can still hear its cackling ringing in your ears in between the booming crashes of the waves found deeper in the cave.
You won't let me choose.
Having not braved the Hall of Mushrooms to the east, you know of one other route to the last section of the cave. You rouse yourselves from the well-needed long rest and prepare for whatever you will encounter next. So yes, you've had a long rest, all your spells and shit is reset.
Just so we
Okay,
know,
so-
Comet, I know you're not speaking, but where are you typing?
You probably
Good-
should type
good
where everyone can
question.
see it, including the stream.
Yes, not Discord.
I can feel the sass, Nate. They're trying to be sassy.
How do you
Oh.
spell here?
Spell what?
Not like how do you spell Hugh, but how do you spell here? Like how would you spell
I don't know.
how you would
You're asking a bunch of dyslexic people to spell a word that's not real.
Wait,
We
what's the word?
spell it very differently.
What are you trying to spell?
A fancy
Yeah.
word. Yeah. Oh, that's a
Oh,
good one.
Sparks
Purple.
and
I shall
advertising.
remind you that we
Oh,
finished at 12 no matter what.
I know.
Oh.
Anyway, okay.
So
So
I was thinking maybe like today. You know where Arsene stumbled upon to last week? It like
through that
connects.
time and tunnel.
What's
Yeah,
that
it
beeping?
like connects back. Sorry, it like connects back round to the river at the top of the cave. We go through there. Think.
Boy is
I
still
would-
sleeping.
Agree with that, rather than the mushrooms.
I said you were awake.
Damn it. Fine.
Yeah.
Agnes would have slapped him awake if he wasn't.
With the dead elf head?
Yes,
Please.
she makes it kiss him.
Holy shit.
What is wrong with you?
Do you want tetanus? Because that's how you get tetanus.
Oh.
So we
Why did
either
you do this?
go the way you scurried, climbed through, or we walk around and go where the water was flowing. How big was that gap that our team went through?
Arsene crawled through a gap which was about 5 foot high.
I'm only a
Could
little
Paul
bit
get
higher than
through that?
5 foot.
Yeah. Could I?
Was it
fit
5
through
foot or was
there?
it?
Arsene?
I'm
Hang on,
5
one second.
foot 4.
Let me consult the magical know-all thing called words.
Well,
No, all
You're not
things
good with
but
words, though.
I
That's
think I
why they are here for me.
Someone else wrote them.
Yeah, no, the ceiling's 5 foot. Boar could crawl through it. Everyone else could probably hunch and
Let's just go through there.
crap
then.
through it.
Boy army crawls through it.
Is Gungeon and Nundro going to join us this time?
Nope. They are quite happily Still set.
Oh,
Having sorted out the supplies, they are now sort of just making plans, talking with each other, one scribbling something down in a notebook.
well. Oh, they are reunited.
Only like
I guess it is just us then. Sana, you want to left?
Boar is going to take a run and leap and try to jump down without taking any damage.
Roll acrobatics check, Boar.
My acrobatics is a +5. Let's do this.
Agnes clicks her heels, gets Cerno to
That is
push
an
her
8.
slightly, picks him up, and slowly drifts down. As you're slowly descending,
Oh no.
a boar, a bugbear, plummets past you at relatively high speed
Oh, God.
and takes 10 points of damage as he crashes face first into the ground.
Why did you do this? What happened?
Because I
Slow-
thought I could make
A
it.
loud thud rings out.
What happened to I won't use up everyone's healing spells?
Agnes places Cerno on top of Boar. Yeah. Mhm.
Savingo looks so disappointed at Boar and just climbs down with the rope.
Athletics check.
Everybody lands on top of Boy.
Athletics check if you're going down with the rope. So,
Natural fucking 20. Oh wow.
Arsene, you sort of just grab it quickly. I've forgotten what the word is. Quickly rappel down. We're just going to use that one.
Abseil.
And that was the word. And land quite happily on the ground with Night Eyes just fluttering down and landing back on your shoulder.
Yay, I didn't roll
Go
well
make an
this time.
acrobatics check as you lose your gripping on the rope and start tumbling down.
No.
He aims toward Boar.
Oh, no.
Using your tail, you manage to steer yourself through the air and
Cats always land on
land
their feet.
relatively hard on top of Boar. Wow, dealing 1 point of damage to yourself.
Wow.
Phew.
What?
Any damage to Boar?
We're gonna go with
No.
no for now.
He's already taken
He's
10
already
Wait,
lost
hold
about
on,
a quarter of his health.
God. Oh,
How much health
The
does Boar have
dwarfs
now?
just sort of look over, give a slow clap, and then go back to talking to one another.
Oh, wait, the slime was
Save
afraid.
their
Did you
butt.
see any slime?
Oh yeah, the slime is a thing.
Do we see any slime?
Well,
Hey,
currently
you can do
you are looking with no light, so you are using your dark
I
vision.
light a torch.
Oh,
All right,
speaking of
there you
which, where are
go.
My notes. I need to find my notes.
Inventory. Torch. Minus another one. There we go.
Right, as you wait for your comrades to pull themselves up out of the floor, which there is a slight face imprint in the ground of where Boar landed now.
Wow.
Is it built up because he did that several times already?
Yes, he seems to land
Shut
in the
up.
exact same spot. You glance around the small section of tunnel. Roll a perception check.
Scroll back up. Not performance.
Boar's gonna
perception.
take the. Boar's gonna take the. Boar's gonna be last.
Agnes is using a torch already, but sure.
Well, if Sana has a torch, you don't have to be near him for him to be able to see.
Are we all rolling perception checks or just
right.
Agnes?
Just Agnes, because she's
Agnes
looking for it.
Okay.
So, Agnes, you glance around this hall and sort of wave the torch around, glancing up and down. You do not see any slime that you have seen before.
Oh, God.
Duh.
Oh,
Although
no.
you catch yourself just thinking of that cackling and kind of just put it out of your mind.
The cackling has now haunted us. This is what you brought upon us.
I will say that I am looking constantly out for this slime.
God,
So stop me if we were to come across it and I would see it.
But of course.
Oh, wait, I thought if we were going.
That
There's the
sounded
same
really,
old
like,
trail of
ominous
slime
and
that you
creepy,
walk
mate.
over.
Never mind. No one
That's
listened to
why
my idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, Agnes, the same slime. It seems dried up now.
We
Seems
step
to be the
over
same
it.
stuff as last day. What was that, Abby?
I thought we were going up and around in order to explore the part of the top cave. Like up near where the black spider was. Because we haven't been there.
Down here?
can go
No,
that
we
way.
haven't been down here.
Yeah.
We can go that way if you wish.
I
Or do you
don't
not want to
trust
because
it.
of the river?
We can go through the water if you so
I suggest you wait for
wish.
people to catch up, Jen.
Yes.
Oh gosh, right, sorry. I missed that. Got distracted looking elsewhere.
We do have to step over bodies now, but have fun.
As you walk past,
Oh
I'd
no.
like you to make a
I don't-
perception check. Agnes and Savangal, please. And I will allow Cerno as well.
Oh, I don't like this. The bodies are gone.
Oh yeah.
They're kind of all lunched up like Weekend at Bernie's.
That or they're covered in slime.
Is Cerno going to make a perception roll? There you go. All three of you realise that that noise you've been trying to get out of your head isn't actually in your head. It is emanating from the same cave you fought that skull. You hear a
Keep
familiar
moving.
cackling.
Keep moving.
Go.
Bye.
Keep
Nope. Bye.
No, no. Just pretend it's not there.
Never
No,
what am I
again.
hearing?
Don't worry about it, Paula.
Agnes
Just pretend it doesn't exist.
Agnes is still
Keep
going.
going.
Sucker. Nope.
Can I,
So no.
out of curiosity, can I poke my head into that room where I hear the cackling?
As you essentially go past where Cerno is, you hear the cackling.
Can I poke my head into the room
No.
and see?
Can I
I'm not
drag
going to
Thor?
say no.
I'm not
Can
gonna
I
say
drag
no.
Thor?
I'm gonna
He
check
does.
my head. I'm gonna poke my head in real quick, kind of
I
like
don't know, can I drag
Scooby
Thor
and the
away
gang,
before
kind
he
of
tries
sliding
anything? Please,
side by side up.
please, I'm begging you. Let me roll.
There is a
Deception.
very, very
No.
disturbing looked skull with what appears a few crack lines in the skull itself, but they are slowly disappearing. The eyes burning bright red as a green reef of flame just surrounds it. It's just cackling away. And as you stick your
Jesus
head in, it
Christ.
just spins around and its eyes lock with yours.
Why wouldn't you just want to be mean? This is why you wouldn't let me go to drag him away.
Agnes is
Not
still
by yourself.
With this,
Agnes, I suggest you
Or
guys
just-
stop moving.
But
No.
we
was going
Agnes-
to.
If I'm doing something with an enemy, stop moving.
Oh,
Boar is going to take a rock and chuck it at it.
no.
Roll your initiative,
You're
Gore.
on your own. You're on your own.
I'm gonna guess it's low.
20 plus a 3. That would be a natural 20 to start off, sir.
All right.
Okay. All right.
You may throw your rock.
What do I have to do to
I suggest everyone else. That's not going to be a
Roll
number.
initiative.
Yep, I suggest everyone else rolls
So
initiative.
how do I? What would be the stat? Would it be the same as a dart? Or...
No, make a d20 roll with your dexterity score.
Yay.
With my
Three.
dexterity.
Oh, you go 3,
modifier?
2. Oh, wait,
With
no,
your
I have a
dex
plus 2, not a
modifier,
plus
yes.
1.
So that's the same as my initiative. So I'm just rolling what I was rolling earlier.
3 of us going at the same time so far.
No, mine's a plus 2, not a plus 1. I got confused with my other character.
Okay, you have to be
Does that
different.
hit it?
15. The rock ting, and hits it square in the head, bounces to the floor. Roll a d4 plus. You know what? Yeah, roll a d4 plus 1.
That'll be a 4, sir.
Why?
All right. It leaves a small dent in the skull, before it bounces away. Has everyone updated their?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
It kind of
That's
bounces
so
off the
good.
skull. A little chip of bone goes flying. It continues to laugh. What you gonna do, Bo?
I'm gonna take my movement, kind of and just start walking this way. Which, with that, my movement speed is that, so I'll get well away from it.
Leave me behind instead to deal with your.
Okay.
Oh no.
By the way, Boy shuts the door behind him.
Oh, does he now?
Boy does.
He better. He better.
Boy
The
shuts
bodies
the
are
door.
still.
I'd
bodies
like
are
to
still in
measure
that
this
urn.
out.
Oh god, it's never a good thing when he has to measure.
I'm right in saying that the bodies are all still there, right, Nate?
Yeah. You may close the door, Bo,
Oh, yay.
but the door gets and just slams open.
No,
the
Nate's
heck?
hand.
Nate.
It's on the other side.
Nate, we know you want us to fight the skull again, but it's not. We're not
He
doing
threw a
it.
stone at a skull that's laughing maniacally and has attacked you in the past. What do you
You wouldn't let me
expect
roll
to
drag
happen?
him away.
I expected it to stay dead.
Next time, let me roll to drag him away.
That's why you guys rolled initiative. And
I'm
if
just
I
being
recall,
mean.
mean?
Don't anger the DM. Don't anger.
God.
Sono,
Mother.
Savangel, Arsene, I'm going to assume Night Eyes and Boar, please make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, I'm
As
good at this. I have a +5 with this.
a familiar bead of red light
Why?
appears between its
That'll be a
jaws
15.
and launches forwards.
It'll be a 15, my good sir.
Yeah.
Why
let
does that
everyone else
look like a
roll.
baked potato?
It's a
Okay,
bread
Because
roll.
it's a very large loaf of bread.
Okay.
Savangel, you have advantage on this due to the fact that you are only just going to be hit by it because you're around a corner.
Oh, so I get advantage?
Yes.
Is that why
Agnes,
Agnes doesn't have to roll?
yeah, you don't have to roll. The fire doesn't get
Natural
fine.
20!
get channeled around it. All right.
I wasn't saying anything. I was like, don't say it. Don't say it.
Why?
Okay.
Why my poor dragon?
D6.
Well, I think this might be the first death of the
Usually-
Oh my god! Look at all those ones.
Oh, thank
Anyone who
God.
rolled higher than a 13, you take half damage. So Boar, you take 9. Arsene, you take 4
4? Okay.
Oh,
because
wow.
you're
I'm
resistant to fire.
Tee.
-9. That'd be a 19 for me. Ooh.
Cerno, you also take 9. Savangel, yeah, you take 9 as well. Agnes, you hear a ring out behind, and as you turn to look, you just see Cerno diving to one way, Savangel diving the other as fire licks around the corner and then just disappears back.
This would be really cool animated, but I don't have the time nor skill to do it.
If I could, if someone paid me.
There's
Night
a...
Eyes
What's
takes
this cost
9
me?
points of damage.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
sure.
Ooh, is Night Eyes down?
No, he's fine. He's got 12 HP.
Yeah, Jam, how much would that cost me?
Since
to
he
get
is
that
protected
animated?
in your cloak,
I don't know.
you have
God.
effective resistance to it. Right,
Mm.
that's the skull's turn. Savangel.
She would like to go poke her head in through the door, and can she see the skull?
Yes, she can.
Oh,
All right, she would like to cast Shatter on it.
Ooh.
Ooh, what does
New
that do?
spell, new
Shatter
spell.
is a 20-foot radius.
fancy.
10-foot radius. Let me get the 10-foot bread.
10-foot bread. Wow,
Measure it.
so exciting.
Measure it.
Look, I have bread ranging from 5 foot to 60 foot.
This 10-foot ball would get hit.
Nate, I
directly on
think
the skull.
Whereabouts are you aiming for this? You can aim
the
up to 60
area
feet
right-
away.
About where the about right behind the skull where the stairs are at.
There?
Yep.
The 10-foot
Alright.
bread.
Saving throw, Christian.
The bread god.
Glowing crystal
So much
emitted.
bread.
It is made of organic, unfortunately, although the fire technically isn't organic. But it will attempt to make its Constitution saving throw. Let us see. All right. It rolled a 14. What is your spell save DC?
13.
Ooh, it takes half damage, but roll your 3d8. 10
It's not
points.
bad.
So that is 5. The loud booming noise. There are several loud explosion noises happening. One from the waves, which Arsene knows of. The fireball, which Boar just caused to go off. And now this third noise. The sound just erupting behind the skull. You see the fire which reefs it being blown out before beginning to flick back to life around it as it kind of glances around, trying to figure out what just happened.
And then Savangul would like to move up the stairs so that way if they cast another fireball, she's far enough away to be out of damage.
Just moving 1 square ahead would allow you to be out of its damage range.
All right.
Okay.
If that is all, it is Arsene's turn.
Right, so starting off, Night Eyes is going to get out of here. We're about to measure it.
This is fine.
Yeah,
guys.
that's fine.
It's okay.
This is,
I get
yep,
to do what I was planning to do last time.
Night Eyes going over there. Okay, Arsene's going to turn around, draw their sword and go attack the skull. Oh dear. So, what's my hit on my sword again? It's a 4, I think? It's a 5, even better. 19.
Wow,
That definitely
11
hits. You rather pissed off that this is the second time you have been singed by this fire and it has almost killed Night Eyes. You stride forwards, giving evil eyes to Boar as you draw Talon.
Oh,
I didn't know what it would do.
Gripping it in... Yeah, that's because you didn't bother to help them fight it beforehand. Gripping Talon with 2 hands, you swing an arc and whoosh, cracking it right into the side of the skull.
Quick question. Am I in the way for Boar?
Boar would struggle to hit it with you stood there, yes.
What if I move up 1 square?
He would be able to hit it, but you would be essentially moving out of its threatened area, I would say. And also Talon is a... Yeah, because if you can't hit it, it's kind of is a slashing weapon.
Yes, it is. Actually, yeah, I'll move because I don't mind triggering its threatened area because if it casts any fire, at least I'm resistant.
Okay, so that does indeed do the full 12 points of damage.
Happy is fire retardant.
Right, Sono, your turn.
Resistant. Leave me alone.
It's cute.
Oh no, Sono.
Alright. It shall make its strength saving throw.
Should be
Oh yeah,
interesting.
that one I remember. -3!
Wait, what? Is that?
Awesome.
I'm gonna guess that's bad.
It gets
That's
pulled
bad.
towards you.
It's good for us.
You roll your lightning damage. As you flick your wand, a long line of electrical energy just lashes out, wrapping underneath the jaw and back out the mouth. The skull seems to be somewhat surprised. You pull it forward, almost dislocating the jaw, it getting yanked, and as it comes within range of you, you pull the whip up, causing the electricity to lash across it. It doesn't seem to deal as much damage as you'd hoped, but it still deals pretty decent. It kind of just turns to stare at you.
Thing is,
I don't
it's
like
a
that laugh.
force.
Agnes, your turn.
You know,
Can I
he didn't
move
know. We
through
just
Seven Go?
we
The
drive
past
away.
Seven Go? I can, can't
I'll allow you to slide past.
I? Just to get into the doorway here.
Yep.
Cha-cha slide.
Get that hand going and put it here.
All right.
And it makes a strength saving throw.
Oh shit! I just realised I forgot that it. We shall. I forgot that. Never mind. That was my mistake. I forgot. So it shall stay like that. But.
Okay, I'll cast a spell still.
Oh yeah. No, it's something which I forgot, which just would have affected things.
Mm.
Yes, no. With the highest roll of an 11, I believe it fails.
Mwahaha. And
roll
it
your
is
damage.
restrained. I did 6.
All
And
right.
it's restrained and ain't going nowhere.
Indeed.
And then I still have like 5 foot left. So 10
All
foot.
right.
I'll measure it. I think it's
You can still just about see it.
yeah.
I'm just letting you know. Oh, your turn.
I'm going to pull up the axe, give it a quick little spin, and ask him a question.
All right. As you're swinging this axe down, you suddenly see a shimmer of blue energy in front of you, and it just glances off it.
Oh, that's
Tablet has shield.
What?
Agnes recognizes this spell,
It's
and you've
shield.
seen Agnes use it before. It's just cackling at you.
Okay. Well, with
Please
this,
stop
I'm
cackling.
going to punch
It's only got one of them a turn.
The blue energy just repels your fist.
Oh no, it's got wait until its next turn.
Okay, boy can't do nothing now.
she could.
Boy done.
Oh, okay. Well,
All
that's
right.
great, boy.
This
Boy
skull,
has realized
rather
his
pissed
mistake.
off. Agnes, you feel its gaze slowly slide to you. No fire this time. Instead,
Oh.
4 darts of ethereal energy.
Magic missile.
Would I
Yay.
be able to use deflect missile to help
No,
grab one of those? No.
it's one, it's not targeted towards you, and 2, they're not actually corporeal.
Oh.
So, I mean, you could probably stick your hand in the way of maybe one of them as your reaction and take some of the damage.
Yeah, I can do that.
No.
Really?
Alright.
I can
Okay.
press with the
What
blow.
else?
Yeah.
Or you take 5 points of force damage.
Okay, so I need to
Is it
roll my
AC
thing,
though?
right?
Is it
Uh,
AC based?
Sorry, what was that, Jam?
Is it based on the AC? It's targeting, isn't it? Because if I
No.
see something,
Wait, what are you talking about?
did it roll to hit me?
No, it's magic missile.
How do I use the...
Okay, I still cast shield.
And as these 3 other bolts of ethereal energy come towards you, they are stopped by your own shimmering blue in front of it.
Bitch, I got that too.
You'd see it for once seemingly grinding its teeth.
It really doesn't like you for some reason.
You can't catch this. It's an ethereal dart. However, I did allow you to take the damage instead of catching it, is what I said.
Okay.
But you
So
know,
I-
I wouldn't have taken it anyway, so you
So
just took damage.
you
for no
try and
reason.
catch it, and as you stick your hand out, the dart just pierces into your hand.
Ow!
Technically, you shouldn't have been able to do that because they strike unerringly, but I'm letting you. Savangal, your turn.
I'm letting you take damage.
I'm gonna at
Seven
least
gold
like
moves,
pretend
night eyes.
to sleep. So bye-bye.
Night.
Mhm.
So Salmon Gull moves Night Eyes up the stairs so that way, in case another something else comes up the way, he's really safe. And then she comes back down,
Aw.
pokes her head out behind the door, and starts insulting it.
Thanks, Seven Gal. Bless you.
7 goals insults. Yay! I always love doing
Take my
this.
What
don't
in
get it.
earth is its wisdom?
It's -10.
Not quite. However, it did roll a 10 altogether. So, insult
Oh.
away.
2 hours.
No one likes someone who's persistent and doesn't know no.
The green fire seems to rage even stronger, but you felt your words hit true, as it takes 3 points of psychic damage. Alcine, your turn.
I'm gonna quickly move Night Eyes up to the top of the stairs, out the way, and then I'm gonna stabby, you know,
Slashy. Roll your attacks.
slashy. Oh, question: isn't Talon technically a magic weapon? So wouldn't resistances not count?
No.
Also,
Okay,
wouldn't
so
we-
quick note. First of all, Talon, the damage you dealt with Talon was not resisted. It dealt what you
I know.
believed it to
I
be.
meant in general.
Certain creatures' resistances specify that they are only resistant to non-magical versions of that damage. Other resistances are just straight out resistant to all of it. It's like how you are resistant to all fire damage. Some creatures are just plain resistant to all damages, to all
makes
of that type
sense.
of damage. However, it is not resistant
you.
to slashing damage. And
Okay.
16 does indeed hit.
7.
You seeing the opening as the skull is yet again being crushed by a hand, slam down your sword onto it. You hear another satisfying crack sound as another hairline fracture appears in this skull, and it's really not looking too happy. I forgot to be removing that. There we go.
Thank God.
Sono,
So,
your turn.
wait, I have a question. Don't we get advantage because it's grappled?
Yep.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
Okay.
do.
I was making sure.
Still hit.
Oh, I didn't get.
That one doesn't hit, but you have advantage to roll again, Comet.
Yep.
Yep, no. That hand, you swing at the skull and just manage to clip part of the middle finger off of the hand, and it just falls to the ground in front of you.
Excuse me.
I believe Booming Blade is only effective if it actually hits. Right, Agnes, your turn.
Squishy.
Roll your damage.
Squishy.
Agnes, Sano, Boar, you see the fire flicker before the skull just crumbles to shards of bone as it lands on the floor yet again.
Thank God.
Squishy.
A pile of dust.
I don't feel so good.
Right. We need to make sure that doesn't come back again.
I did die.
So
Yeah.
Can I take a piece of the bone with me?
One of it reappears.
Or is
from
it
the
just
And
dust?
if you want,
No.
Sano, roll an Arcana check then.
would Agnes know what this is?
Well, you can roll a straight intelligence if you want to try and figure out what it is.
I thought
Or why it came back? Okay.
You can roll an Arcana for that.
Samuel goes up to Night Eyes and just pets him, letting him know the danger's
Alright.
over for now.
It's great.
Agnes, you recognize that this isn't actually a and Sano, you notice this as well. You realize this as well. This isn't like the zombies. The sort of necrotic energy keeping the zombies alive is sort of installed into them, and by destroying the host, it disperses and is no longer effective. You realize that this is actually more rather than the energy being put into something, it's more or less the energy is created and it forms the skull. And as long as the skull is a bit of the skull still exists and is enchanted in effect, the energy can reform the skull pretty quickly and be
So-
fully functioning and a pain in your ass setting you on fire again in relatively quick time.
The hand is slowly grinding this skull bits into the ground.
The bone is becoming powder.
Yeah.
Put it on fire.
Cerno, you believe, you recall something from your travels and your mentor that necrotic, normally, with undead stuff like this, powered by necrotic, the holy people often have ways of dealing with this, but you're not entirely sure. Agnes, you think you recall in a book that you happened to read a while ago that
Who reads any
certain
book?
enchantments can
Enchantments?
be dispelled from the objects that they are enchanted from, and you think that that might also help in stopping this endeavor of the skull of returning.
Boy hand Cerno. Does Boy see any pieces that the skull is, that the hand is missed? Maybe like a broken tooth just sitting there.
Yeah, there are a few chunks of the cranium, odd tooth or something, which the hand hasn't got round to grinding in.
Okay, I'm gonna take that and hand it to Cerno.
Can we just like burn the entire skull to ash?
It's already
work?
dust.
Oh,
It's dust. I don't think that burning this would help.
Considering it's
Holy people.
practically on fire in life.
true.
Oh,
What
you
if we
just
like
jerk
dump it in the water?
I suggest we put it in this room, shut both doors, and then warn them about this to send holy people in or someone with fancy water. I don't know.
Cerno,
Fancy water.
you point at the pile of bone and small fires pop up all over it and then slowly whittle out as bits of the bone dust is now black as well.
Can I take what's there and put it in the chamber pot? Which I think this would be the chamber pot. I don't know.
That's actually an old brazier, and then there's just a barrel in the corner. But you can certainly dump it into one of those if that is what you wish.
I'm gonna put it in the barrel just in case. Back in the barrel, or it'll possess the barrel. Can we find a barrel?
No, we just like chuck it into the water.
I'm just okay. I was just waiting for Sano to comment to finish that. Anyway, so Boar, after Sano has insulted the remains of a necrotic entity, which is whole shit is fire, and set it on fire, you scoop as much dust as you can into your rather large hands and just kind of pour it into the nearby brazier.
No, I'm putting it in the barrel.
Okay, you pour it into the nearby barrel. You notice
So when
that
it
this barrel
starts-
is rather old, beginning to rot in places, and bits of the just kind of start pouring out the bottom.
I'm going to make this pod because I know I want to. When it comes back and crackles at us, it'll be a barrel of laughs. Okay, I'm done.
Can we like block the door on the way out, please?
Agnes, I did say to shut both doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can
Did
I shut that
the
door?
skeleton break one of the doors?
Thanks, guys.
You're struggling to. You can close the door, but it swings open ever so slightly. As you inspect, you notice that the lock has been headbutted and somewhat destroyed.
We'll shut the door behind us, and then we can go out that way. And if it's come back, it won't see us.
Okay. Well, yep. Boy just shuts the door promptly and waits
Agnes,
for
as
our
you
safe
enter the
passage.
room, you notice yet again the rather deep gorge in front of you, with the two ropes attached on either side of the river going down into it.
Yeah.
Agnes, use levitate without Cerno to get down.
All right. You click your boots together, push off slightly, and slowly begin to float down.
Mm-hmm.
Can I shut the door behind? And is there a way to lock it?
Yes.
Not even looking at him.
You pull the door closed, and just hurry off after your friends.
Boy's going to put Cerno on his shoulder. Come on, boy, and start climbing
This
down.
one is the rocks here are significantly easier to climb down, especially with the rope. You'll need to make strength checks, and Boar, if you're carrying Cerno, make it with disadvantage.
Strength check?
Don't
Is it
Sorry,
a strength
athletics.
saving though?
No, athletics check. My bad.
Athletics is just a +2. With
I
disadvantage,
don't think Cerno
that's
gets
a
a
20, and
chance.
that'll be a 5.
If you're picking up, okay, Seven Girl, you managed to scamper down the rope before thump, 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 as Boar, Sono, and Arsene all end up in a pile in front of you, taking 6 points of damage each. You haven't even found anything new, Ninja, and you're on 8 health.
Why? Why? Just don't change, dude. Just don't learn.
I just don't treasure ropes anymore. Boar's biggest
You would
weakness.
have been fine.
Rope.
You rolled a 20.
Oh yeah, I would have been fine if I would have said, fuck you.
If you hadn't decided to take Cerno with you.
I gotta take my little buddy with me.
You say this
Sorry.
as Arsene picks herself off, dusts herself down. Cerno wriggles out from half underneath you, kind of dusting himself off, and you finally pull yourself back to your feet. You're hurting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I
broken.
don't like rope.
How big is this stream?
The stream, it's about 5 feet wide, same as up top. Only about 2
How
feet.
deep?
Only about
Okay.
2-3 feet deep.
I'm going to mark off one of my day rations, if I have one of them,
Why?
so I can eat. I don't know. I was gonna try to regain some health by eating.
You don't regain health by eating. This is not Skyrim. You
That's not how
cannot
it
have a
works.
banquet mid-battle.
Fight!
Cerno rolls cure wounds on Night Eyes.
Well, Night Eyes is back to full health.
Thank you. That's all of his health.
So
Well,
who's going first down the stream?
I can.
There is space on either side, about 3-4 foot on either side for you to.
Through the tunnel? But the stream goes like here?
The water kind of burrows through, and that tunnel is only about 3 feet high. And if you try
Oh,
and
is there
crawl
a
through
tunnel
that,
here?
I was going to say that's above a ledge. If you try and crawl through down here, you might suddenly find yourself with a severe case of lack of oxygen.
Oh, I thought there was a tunnel there. I didn't see this bit.
No, there's a tunnel up here, which is
Okay.
above a ledge.
Agnes still doesn't want to go first.
Well, Savengao apparently has.
Or we'll go second.
you're at the back.
The bloodied, singed, and bleeding bugbear. Also, there is now an awful smell of burnt fur hanging around for.
Yeah, with Death Wish.
Goes second. This side seems the rocks are all tumbled down, but there seems to be very easy footholds. It's a very low DC athletics check to climb up.
Okay. It's athletics. There'll be 11.
Right, Savengao, you kind of crouch down, tail wags once, twice. You leap. You're practically halfway up. You just put one paw on the wall, another paw, and all of a sudden you're up top. And to everyone else, it looks like you just leaped and half ran up the wall and are now just casually crouching at the top.
Wow.
Tails
Or-
wagging.
Don't tell me I fall down.
No, you being inspired by this feat of cat nimbleness. There we go. Just
Words.
slowly start to pull yourself up and poof, hand on top and heave yourself up, and by God, your muscles and bones are hurting.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Agnes uses her boots
Does she carry
and
Cerno?
carries Cerno this time.
All right. Well, Boar and Savengao, as you stood there, tail just kind of wagging, Agnes just slowly rises, looking somewhat uninterested, just holding a small Cerno underneath the arms in a somewhat T position.
Savangel helps them onto the ledge.
Yeah, boy helps.
I was gonna
as
say
well.
Agnes has carried kids before, like Cerno's on her hip, like mums do.
Oh,
All right. Agnes and Cerno have also successfully managed to make it up the dreaded ledge. I tell you what, Boar is to ledges like Vox Machina are to doors.
To
I
doors.
know. Shut up.
Please make a ledge buster, please.
Oh my god.
Wait,
no.
what's
Oh, this can't be too hard. Arsene, you kind
Element,
of put
just get an elemental to
sword
hide in it.
away, start to climb, and as you grab hold of one rock, it just kind of looses, and you tumble back, landing flat on your ass as Night Eyes just kind of looks down. You get the sense through this limited telepathy, amusement and laughter as you are sat on your ass with your own tail just kind of curled around.
Fall in the stream.
No, don't be mean. I try to protect you. I protect you from death. No, I'm not falling in the stream, I swear to God. Why are you so mean?
Roll again.
Boys,
You're
boys,
still at the
boys.
bottom. You didn't climb too high. All right.
There you
Oh,
go.
dear.
I was going to say, could we help?
Sighing, you this time carefully watch where you're putting your hands and feet, taking slightly longer, but you are also able to climb up to the top of this
Thanks
ledge.
for the help, so now.
Okay, well, this is fun. Air quotations on fun.
I just push balls forward.
As you
Yeah,
make
that's
your way
okay.
along,
Don't push
that
ball
rather
up the
loud
end.
booming sound is beginning
Shut
to
up.
get louder and louder.
You do have a king's crown.
No, leave. Which I don't even have that on right now. I just have it on my belt.
It's still a crown. You still have it.
What you
Probably
find
very
before you
squish.
is there is some warmth emanating from the far corner of this giant, massive pool of water, and every couple of minutes, just a surge of a wave comes from far northeast and just slams against the rocks, causing the as spray flicks up and the wave slowly subsides back down.
It's so cool. Isn't it really cool? Oh, it's warm actually, but it's cool.
No, it's horrible.
Are there any seashells or other remnants of creatures that have lived here?
You're standing on a cliff edge which goes about 20 to 30 feet down.
We are
And
gods.
as the wave, the water almost comes to the top of this cliff edge before subsiding back down. You can't really see anything from that.
Can we get moving, please?
Boy's going to sew up. No, I'm joking. Boy's going to
Was
die.
gonna
if I
what
do
now?
something.
I think he was
No,
going to say
I'm going
show
to
off and do a
die.
cannonball.
No, he's going to show off and walk on his hands all the way to the other side, but I don't trust my
Mm-mm.
fucking athletic goals anymore.
No, please. It would detect magic.
Third eye detects magic.
Wait,
All
that
right.
takes a while,
Well,
doesn't it?
as you glance across this cavern, you look out for any signs of magic, and you try and focus. And what's the
Excuse
range
me.
of detect magic?
I do 30 feet.
It is indeed
Top
30 feet.
Yeah.
So you can just about see down to the pool of the water, and you can sort of see the walls around you. And where nothing springs out at you, you notice that these walls, which clearly contain still some of the minerals that the miners were mining, they're small sort of glints of magical aura just coming through.
You think if we mined any bits, they'd notice?
Do you spend time focusing on this? You, Comet,
You.
do you focus on these, or do you just go cool and walk off?
Oh,
If you focus on them, you get more detailed information.
Come on, dude.
oh.
Do you focus on these small flecks of magic, or do you not?
It's a yes or no question.
Yes, it'd be interesting.
All right. Focusing on
Yay.
these small flecks, you begin to learn more about this very ancient magic which is bound to these ores. where they're only small amounts about where you're standing. They didn't see fit to mine here. You can just about make out sort of. This is very, very old. It's been here ages. Its true effect is almost impossible to discern. However, you find small traces of enchantment and evocation, and that's about all you can make out.
Question.
Evocation?
If I give my water skin to Night Ice and he flies down and scoops some of it up, will we be able to do that and bring it back up to us?
If he times it,
No.
if he times it, it doesn't get hit by a wave.
I don't
I
want to
believe in
drown.
Night Eyes. He can do it.
No.
I mean, you literally have two people who can bring up cubes of water.
Oh yeah.
Agnes
Never
does
mind
so.
it.
Uh,
I don't know
Agnes
what to
sees
do.
you sort of looking at Night Eyes, holding your water skin, and as you look towards the cliff face in front of you, you get a bit of a shock as a cube of water is just floating before you.
Oh. Stick my hand in it.
It feels kind of weird just to be sticking your hand in front of you into a cube of water, but you manage to scoop, pulling your water skin out, which is kind of hard because the water inside of it still wants to be in this cube of water to which the spell is affecting.
I can manipulate the water so it would funnel into it, right?
Yeah, you could, but she's just stuck her hand in and is trying to pull this water out of the cube. And where she's managing to pull it away, it's like it's like sort of slowly moving a magnet near to a compass in the fact that the water skin is just pointing to the cube of water and is just slowly being pulled away.
I actually just wanted to touch it, but that's fine.
Agnes
Okay.
manipulates it to go into the water skin and then dumps the
Thank
rest
you.
on.
But as you're
Dumps
sort
the
of
rest-
peering over the edge, just as water soaks your back, which is kind of nice because you have a few burns back there. However, now the smell of wet dog and burnt fur is hanging around too.
Oh my god.
Voice is
Times
like,
like this, I wish we'd have
"Oh,
prestidigitation.
thank you so
Does
much."
Boar's open wounds start burning? Because if you stick salt water onto open wounds, that should burn.
They
It's
do not.
cleaning them.
This is not salt
No.
water.
Can
Oh,
I
thank-
take a sip of the water from my...
You can. It tastes
It's magical.
very
and it's
heavily of
healing.
minerals and a taste which you can't
Ugh.
quite put your finger on, but not salty.
Ugh.
Has quite a horrid aftertaste, you realise.
Ew. I bet it's
Mm.
sewage water.
It seems
I love
crystal
you.
clear.
I think I'd notice if it was
Just a
sewer
weird bit
water.
of water.
Anyways, we're just gonna stand here and let the cat have the adventure.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
waiting for Ferno to move.
Alright, Agnes's cube of water can disappear again.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
Nope, I'm in the
No,
wall.
I have the song "Pocket Full of Sunshine" stuck in my head now. Dang it! I don't even know how it got there.
I like how Savangal is doing all this backwards. Let me amend that.
I fixed it.
She's moonwalking the whole way.
The cat is just moonwalking and her tail is just patting the floor behind her so she can make sure she's not about to trip up.
The
Oh yes,
make
Scott,
your way-
Scott,
bagpipes is playing smooth criminal.
I've
Oh, I
realised,
moved 4.
I've
I
realised
still have
that
power.
those
You have
stairs.
power over me. Leave me alone.
I realised that those stairs say that they're going up. Actually, no,
They're
they
going
do go up. You've kind of been walking down a slope.
So
And then
wait
you
a
just walked
minute,
up
instead
these
of going
stairs.
that way, we could have gone through.
Still
that little-
concentrating on detect magic. All right, let me
Oh,
just so
yes,
I can
yeah.
see what it is.
But yeah, I can still move Bob from when you
I thought I got
playing
rid of
Yeah.
at a computer.
No, you can't.
No,
If you
I
can't
can-
move him into the water. Move
There
him
we
into the
go.
water. I don't believe
He
you.
stopped it!
I don't believe you then.
All right. Yeah, she could still move you. I just changed it. Sono, as you're making your way up these stairs, you notice a small hint of, at the top of the stairs, you notice a small hint of magical essence seemingly coming from whatever is here. What's Savangal doing?
It's very clear that this is an indentation into this wall right here, so she's gonna check if there's a secret passage right there.
What, this indentation here?
Yep.
Perception check, I will tell you that this is a door.
Okay.
Oh, her name's covering it.
Door.
Perception or investigation?
Perception.
You got this.
You're in a wall, Cerno. There are no secret doors apart from this one right here.
My name is covering it.
Mhm.
Samuel puts her ear to the door and listens in there to see if there's anything going on in there.
What do I have?
As you kind of stick your ear to the door, the horrid smell of boar begins to slowly waft up your nostrils. However, you can't hear anything through that door.
Is this another door down here?
That is another door down there.
Agnes does the same to this door. Perception is
+2.
You can hear mutterings
do I
coming
understand
from
them?
the other side of the door. Good question.
I'm guessing I don't.
Boar is a
It's
fight right now.
Abyssal, Common, and Elvish.
It's not
Bullshit.
actually a language you understand, but nor can you really make out any words either. So
Mhm.
no, you notice that there's a somewhat faint source of magic coming from within this room, along with two other individual sources.
Savangal, can she hear those?
The mutterings?
Yeah.
No, only Agnes can.
I call
Alright.
Boar over and get him to listen to see if he understands it. I think Boar needs to roll a perception check to check.
Do I have to? Sub.
Yeah, if you're trying to hear it, perception.
That
However,
would be a 5.
Oh, great.
you think you recognize the language, but you just can't hear anything that's being said.
Oh, I think I recognize it.
I'm guessing more bugbears.
Father, can you hear me? In Goblin.
It's a language which Boar can't quite figure out what it is, but it sounds somewhat familiar. What does everyone else do?
Can
We're
I?
going to see what everyone else is gonna do.
Can I listen through this door? Because why not?
You see Savangal pull her ear away and walk away from it.
Does Agnes, what is this, another hallway down here?
Do I care?
1 second.
Is
Alright,
there-
roll your perception check.
I need to heal up.
We've got no potions left. Well, Agnes has none.
Wait, me or someone else?
Agnes has none.
Agnes
Well,
has
if you're trying to
used
listen
the
at the
last
door,
two that we've given.
Arsene, you need to make a
Sorry,
perception
I
check.
thought you just told me not to.
I mean, if you're trying to listen at the door,
Oh.
you need to make a check. You hear nothing.
Savangal casts
That's
healing
not what I
word
do.
on both Cerno and Boar.
Roll both of those. Oh,
So Boar
well,
gets a
Cerno
level
is
2.
casting Cure Wounds on Boar, so you see Cerno cast Cure Wounds. I will have added that health to Boar. He looks slightly better, and the smell of burnt flesh and fur seems to have died down slightly, but he still doesn't look too good.
Okay, one of them gets 4 HP, the other one gets 5.
You said Cerno and Boar, so we'll add it that way. So, Comet, you're on 18.
And
Ninja,
I'm
you
on
are on
20.
20. All right.
Or
What do you
looks at
guys do?
Agnes, looks at Cerno. I think I can recall what's behind that door. What language? Would I wasn't able to completely tell what it is, but I do
It's
recognize
you
it.
can't quite remember what it is, but you do recall this is a language which you learned during your studies at the monastery.
What languages do I know? I shall find out. Give me a second.
You know Common, Goblin, Deep Speech, and Elvish.
Get to
Yeah,
me
it's
one of
deep speech.
those.
You don't know that, Agnes.
I know, but
I kick open the door. Dovahkiin, da 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 da. I don't know. Dragon Boy.
Deep Speech, not Draconic.
What's good God?
I know Draconic. Tee.
No.
So do I.
well, are we going to sort
I'm
this
not
room
going to
out?
understand what I say tonight.
We need to figure out what the heck's in here.
I should be more careful.
I know the best way to do it, and I cast Mage Hand and open the door.
All right. Well,
Son of a bitch.
Why?
I
The
am.
ball
Cool.
stood right in front of it.
the door
Yeah. What's
swings
up?
open.
Oh, the
Inside,
door.
you notice a few things.
What the heck is that?
You notice a few things. There's
oh
there's a
no!
table, 2 tables with
Honey?
odd bits and bobs lying around it.
Oh no!
Honey.
There is a in the center of the room. There appears to be a sort of well of sorts, which seems to emit the odd sort of reddish glow, which Cerno recognizes as enchantment, and
hey,
also. Cerno, you do, as the door swings open,
hate you.
the last remains of your detect magic is able to notice that there is just a mess of conjuration and enchantment just hanging around in the back before your detect magic poofs and its time expires. Or looking up from this weird looking well thing, you notice what appears to be a massive green head with its back to you and 4 tentacles which quickly swing around, and the eyes on the ends of them are just staring at you. You can now actually hear the deep speech which is being muttered as the giant head turns around. A singular eye stares at you, gnashing jaws and a long lashing tongue. It doesn't seem hostile, but it's muttering away, and the odd phrases you catch of deep speech seems to be something along the lines about fully operational, must be relieved, master soon.
I look at him in deep speech and say, "This isn't the bathroom," and I shut the door.
The door closes. Poof.
I look at Agnes.
What was it?
Run.
That doesn't answer my question.
Does you know what this is?
Make a straight intelligence check.
You sure? Because I know shit.
You have no idea what this is. It seems some horrid abomination of nature, something which should never exist.
Run.
We're being paid to clear this cavern out.
But it's at this time you feel in your mind words ring out in deep speech. Master, is that you?
Shit. I reply in deep speech.
So yes.
You,
I don't know what he's
you
saying.
think shit in your mind, but nothing seems to happen of it.
I say out loud, "Yes, it is I," and I put on the crown.
Make a deception check, please.
With advantage because of the crown?
No.
Fuck!
This crown's
Oh.
probably been.
What is my deception? It is a +0. We all need to pray for this. Let's go. 19.
Wow.
Well then.
I believe them. Do we now
Am I
have
free
a
from my
beholder?
task? Can I finally leave this place?
Remind me again what the task was.
Protect.
Yeah,
You begin to
can
hear the
certainly-
same voice muttering things in a different language, one which you cannot comprehend.
Oh,
Yeah,
And only
you are
Boar's
free
hearing
to
this?
leave.
Only Boar is hearing this, but at the moment he is struggling to think straight as he's just hearing the same voice uttering in two different languages, almost incomprehensible words and phrases. He is
Boy will say,
just kind of
"Yes,
stood there,
you are free
blinking
to
hard. Make an intelligence saving throw, please, Boar.
Agnes walks over and peers
Guess
around.
what? Wait, intelligence saving? That's just
Yeah.
another straight roll.
You managed to kind of shake your head and the voices kind of subside and disappear.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Agnes has peered around
I-
the door.
I
The door
will-
is closed. Boar's only been
Yeah.
having this
Oh, yeah.
conversation in his head.
I will
Just
say,
type
yes,
Boar.
your job is done. You were free to leave.
Boar, what's happening?
Boy,
Hello, everyone. Having muted the entire stream, had a bad cough. It seems that my Discord seems to be of a muck up. So I thought I'd just talk with you while I sort that out for us. And I'll try not to cough. But it is. Well, Discord thing. List of goddamn. Oh, that should be fine. Open it up. Good. Working. Can any of you hear me? No. Just testing chat. Like it's working. That's odd. That is. Now I'm having to. Okay. Apologies for this. This is odd. Let me. Okay, where is Discord in here? Discord. Go away, Discord. Stop running.
Of light as a round
there we go.
ball shape with 4 long tentacles just flashed out of existence.
Boar, what did you do?
I'm still. I revert back to my native tongue, which is Gobblers, because I'm scared shitless right now.
Boar.
I don't know what the fuck I just saw, but it had eyes. It was a giant ball, and it looked green, and it was pissed, like kind of like the hawk. And
none of us
Uh,
speak Goblet.
He shut the door.
The thing talked to
Started
him in his
talking
head. He started to struggle comprehending what was being said as pretty much mad ravings of a lunatic filled his mind in 2 different languages simultaneously. Before
Then
he
he-
then answered in a language you do not understand, to which Boar then opened the door for a bright flash of white
Oh
light
my
to come out of it.
God. Okay, so that worked.
Or what did you say to them?
If you had rolled less than 15, that wouldn't have worked. But congrats, you rolled a 19.
Wow.
Tim, can you hug me right now? Like, I don't think I have a heartbeat.
It is now just a somewhat empty room with a table and a few odd things scattered about of it. Seems like a hilt of a sword and a few other things which you can't quite see from where you're
I'm
standing.
crying because of how fucking scared I was.
Agnes walks to the doorway. And is there
Yes.
anything that takes her attention that looks magic-y?
Investigation check.
Oh my god.
Investigation.
This will take if you're just glancing, perception check, and you'll struggle to find anything.
No, she's proper looking.
If you have to go in and sort through, there's just junk all over these tables and thick layers of dust.
Okay, she's searching them.
Okay, investigation. Comet, what did you last hear?
Yeah, what did you last hear, bud?
Also, is it just Agnes who's investigating this now empty room?
Nope, Savingill's going in there too.
All right,
Well,
so
he was-
essentially,
Okay.
as Boar stood next to the door, Agnes mage-handed it open. Boar
Like a
saw this
bitch.
green ball with a giant eye and 4 tentacles with eyes on the end spin around and stare at him. He closed the door, and he started to sort of clap his hands to his head and spoke out loud, in a language you don't understand. Before he opened the door as Agnes moved towards it, and a blinding flash of white light came out. Okay, Agnes and Savangal, as you are sorting through this room,
Cerno don't see shit.
Cerno, this table is rather high and just struggling to kind of look over it, apparently. And then you kind of look around and notice a stool and realize the gnome enchanters probably used these. Agnes, along that table, you sort of brush some dust off and you come across what appears to be a dagger in extremely well-kept condition. Savangal? You slowly and meticulously pick your way across that bench, kind of just shoving aside old and decayed bits of paper, which were literally only still in shape because they hadn't been disturbed. You kind of move aside rusted bits of metal and empty ink pots, and you find a ring, very plain looking, and upon closer inspection, there are several symbols which appear to be carved into the inside of this ring, with one symbol residing on the outside. Boris just stood outside the door going,
Scared shit. No, he's gone into a corner in the fetal position, curled up. Like, what the fuck just happened, man? He's with his crown.
You do just kind of hugging the crown, and there's just a pseudo dragon perched next to you, just kind of staring at you, and the calming emotions seem to be just going in and getting enveloped.
Agnes uses Mage Hand and opens the other room door.
It is empty. It appears to be a sort of an additional workstation where, with a few other tables and things, and it seems to be where they sort of finally have finished the sort of final bits of crafting before bringing it into this room, which you assume to be the enchanting room. There is still an eerie green light pulsating from the well in the center of the room, I would like to say.
Yeah, she's avoiding that at the moment.
Can Savangal run an Arcana check on the thing in the well?
Certainly. Rolling Arcana check.
Can Agnes do one or help her?
You can either
Agnes
do one
knows
yourself or give advantage to her doing it.
So boys got the brains at the ground.
I can help Agnes because I only have a +1.
I have +4.
So I'll help you with that so you get advantage.
All right, roll an Arcana check with advantage, Agnes.
13.
You kind of look at this, and it seems to just boggle the mind. You can't quite make heads or tails out of the brazier with green energy. This well with sort of the odd puff of green energy coming out of it. The liquid inside doesn't appear to be water and seems to slowly move on its own, and it just hurts to think about. I will allow Cerno to try and make an Arcana check as well if he wishes.
Tree Boy got this. Boy making
Oh.
Arcana check.
Oh my god.
Cerno, you kind of glance this up and down, and your head connects the essence of magic which you saw in here, the small bits of understanding you got from it, and a few lessons from druidic magic from your teacher. You realize that this must be the fabled what was it? The fabled spell of well. This must be the fabled well which gave some of the most powerful enchantments that ever came out of Wave Echo Cave. However, from your noticing of the through detect magic, you realize that whatever magic here must have got partly warped, and its effect is no longer as potent as it used to be. However, you figure sticking a weapon or armor inside this might give it a boost for a while before whatever effects fade off it.
Could I put my fist in there and it would be affected?
No. Essentially, you
What?
can bathe a weapon or armor inside this well for a minute, and it will become a +1 weapon or armor for the next D12 hours.
I put my clothes in there. Will
They do
be
not
plus?
gain any benefit from doing that.
Damn it.
If
Okay.
he's doing this, Agnes is walking out of the room and just carrying
Well,
on.
Boar is curled up in a ball on the floor.
Oh, okay. She still walks out of the room because I think it's there.
Fuck you.
I assume you take the dagger with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I can cast Identify on that, but I'd rather save my spell slots until we don't need them anymore in this place because
Yeah.
we don't know if we need more healing.
Let's wait until we can rest to do that.
Savengul takes the ring with her.
My heart is pounding.
Bards can actually cast spells ritually,
I'm
just letting you know.
Yeah, but we still don't want to do it right now.
Takes 10 minutes.
So we
11
don't wanna
minutes.
do it.
That
And I
11
need-
minutes, yeah.
I need an owl feather, which I don't have.
Well, identify.
Yeah, Identify needs a pearl worth at least 100 gold and an owl feather.
Or your arcane focus, which would be your weapon, not your weapon, your musical instrument.
So it doesn't take up a spell slot then.
If you ritually cast it, which takes 11 minutes, you can cast Identify without using a spell slot.
Alright. Well, I think she'll cast it when they get back to camp, because sitting around for 11 minutes in this place is a little creepy.
All right.
Mm.
Agnes, you make your way down the stairs.
Yeah.
I guess at this time, boy's still speaking in Goblin, doesn't know what the hell just happened.
Do any of us know Goblin apart from Boar?
I don't think you guys do.
So none of us
Only
have
Boar.
any idea of what he's saying.
Nope. You
Nope.
recognize it as what the bugbears have and goblins have hurled insults at you in the past, but you don't understand the words that are coming out of his mouth.
And mostly what it is, what the hell was that? That shouldn't have been there. She called me master. I just bullshitted my way out of that.
I really
Okay.
hope that we all have one language that no one else knows that we revert back to. Like Boar has Goblin, Agnes has Abyssal. I really hope Cerno has Druidic. I really hope everyone has a language that go back
I
to.
think someone else knows Sylvan.
Savengul knows Sylvan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cerno knows Sylvan.
I know.
Yeah, but
Infernal.
Cerno has Druidic, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it states in his languages, but yeah.
Okay, boy gets up and slowly, just shakily walks. He pats Orsine on the head. and
This is a
same with
door.
Night Eyes. I'll be okay.
This is a door here. Repeat. This is a door here.
Agnes is going this way.
Please.
It's an empty cave.
Boy
Have
is
you
going
just
to
checked
walk
in her
down.
door?
Boy shall
Thank you,
knock.
Abby.
It's
Boy
okay. It's easier to see it that way.
Boy will open door. What's the
Why?
worst that could happen?
Right,
You
Boar,
could
as you
lose it.
push the door open.
Nothing happens. It's locked.
No, I'm not quite that mean.
Another beholder.
Graceful.
It wasn't a beholder.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
he
to
said
look
that.
at. It looked like it.
Yeah, because I only have a beholder sprite, but it wasn't a beholder.
Oh, look, there's something in the room below.
Mm.
As you push the door open, you notice that there's a weird light coming from here. At quick glance, everything set up in this room appears to be of quite a size for quite a small creature, probably Cerno. And just rising from the floor is a ghastly looking halfling.
Oh.
What are they? Languages do they know again?
Halfling.
One second. Sorry, he's a gnome. My bad. He's a.
He's a
And as he
gnome.
appears, you just hear this. Your presence offends me. Your life forfeits. My treasures are mine alone, not yours to plunder.
Mm.
This isn't the bathroom either.
Seriously.
Shut.
Wait, does Boar hear that or everyone?
Everyone hears that. That is spoken in common.
Are they spoken in common? I'm going to look at him. I'm going to try to do the Jedi mind trick. This is not the treasure you're looking for.
I don't think. I don't think that's going to
The
work.
Wraith seems to pause for a second and looks kind of confused. It's a gnome comment. Before kind of just tilting his head and staring at you. Act quickly.
Man, I go ahead and throw the axe at him.
It's a. Mm-hmm.
Roll to attack. Everyone else, roll initiative.
Ghost brother from another.
20 plus 5. No, plus 5. That'll be a 17 to hit.
I got above 10. Yay.
And that is a plus 3 for initiative, so that's 18 for me. I
So
really do need to
you
start writing these down.
throw the hand. Wait, what are you throwing?
I'm throwing the hand axe at him.
So as you throw the hand axe, it seems to somewhat pass through his form. He staggers back slightly, looks up at you, and just goes, "Ah!"
Oh, no.
I shouldn't have done that.
I shouldn't have done that. I think
You
that's
literally
Boar's
had a
catchphrase.
chance to try and reason with it.
Well,
Look, him reasoning with people can only work once every now and then. It'll work with whatever that was in the last.
once that
Has
we've
everyone
read
updated
this.
theirs?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's going last. Sapingal, your turn.
No, it's not.
Wait, I have.
Oh,
yet
sorry,
to-
roll
I have-
damage.
Oh yeah.
not
roll
going
damage.
last.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
your
Agnes,
turn.
you're going last.
I'm sorry, Agnes.
Roll damage, and that is the hand axe. So I no longer have a hand axe.
Okay, you just
Oh.
chucked your means of a weapon.
No, I
Well done.
don't. My fist on my weapon.
Uh-huh.
4d6 plus a 3 be a 7.
All right.
And with that, I'm going to step into the room.
Oh, that's gonna
out
go
of-
wrong.
You're only able to throw the axe. It's Savingal's turn now.
Oh,
It seems to
And-
pass through the Wraith. It staggers slightly. It seems to have done something, but you've literally just chucked a corporeal item at an incorporeal creature.
So can Savingal see the thing?
Sure. Just about.
All right. She yells past Board like, "I'm sorry. Our companion here is not the brightest. He doesn't know how to interact properly."
this is not wrong.
All you hear coming from the room now is, "My treasure, mine. You don't get it, my treasure. Not your plan to leave."
See, okay, this is another reason why Boy immediately just chucked the axe.
It spoke to you. That worries
No,
me
it's
about
my
what you're
turn.
doing now.
My
Is
turn.
that all you're doing, Savangel?
We're trying not to. We're just trying to clear this out so business can get up and running again.
Roll a
I
persuasion
don't think
at
that should be
disadvantage
what it.
because Boar has literally chucked an axe through it.
You got this.
I don't think telling it that we're going to send a load of people in to mine
See, that's
again is going
another
to
thing.
work. 21.
The Wraith just seems to be chanting these well, not quite slurs, but this constant barrage of words, and you are not really able to even be able to get yourself heard over this constant flow of words coming out of its mouth.
With a 21? Ow.
Yeah. Because
Oh,
Boar literally chucked a hand axe through it.
Hmm. Yeah, I won't be happy with that either.
No,
Sano,
no
your
one
go.
would.
It's mad.
If you have to be ready to
According
put
to
your hands-
Atlas, Discord seems to be breaking right now. Be careful.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't noticed anything.
I noticed my ping dropping a little bit, but it's been okay.
Looks like only Andy's server is the one that's down.
Well,
I haven't
didn't
checked
notice
Discord at
Andy's
all.
server was
Oh,
down.
Nikes it is. So we might be down here in a second then.
okay.
I'm on the server. But okay.
Andy server?
Go
Mhm.
solo scamper.
I'm not seeing this. Oh, look. Oh, that's pretty cool. Twitter automatically opens up Discord to see when you click on the server being down. Happy birthday to play
Go, Sana,
Overwatch.
go. Go, Sana, go.
Sorry. Right.
Sana ran in the room.
Yes, you can run into the room, Sano.
Run past Boar's legs. Yeah, no.
Shoot a flame and chuck it at the dude, alright.
I'm a fireball.
It's really not a fireball.
Well, you know what?
Wait,
I like the song.
produce flame roll to hit then, Comet.
Guys, Rebel's asleep on my bed. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Roll if to
You
hit
knock
it.
something over and wake him up.
Wow,
No.
that's cruel.
He heard me talking.
Alright,
He opened his eyes at me.
you create the small bits of fire in your hand and you sort of just fling them, making sure to keep your twig out of the way. They hurl towards the wraith and just the fire seems to somewhat pass through, diminishing slightly and then sort of burning slightly brighter as it comes back out, and the wraith kind of looks down again, taking a small step back before kind of just lunging forwards, mouth open, just in your direction.
it's so small. It's so small.
It seems to be more roll your damage, by the way. It seems to be not really human and more bestial.
Bestial?
Well, not bestial, but more more sort of not
Ghosty.
thinking in nature, acting off more instincts than anything else.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. Bestial would be. Okay,
It's not he's not acting as an intelligent creature in effect.
he went
Mm,
into a rage.
he's lost his mind.
Arsene, your turn.
Oh boy.
Insane in the membrane.
I've heard this all going on, haven't I?
Yeah, this roaring is very hard to not hear. You would have to be doing Agnes levels of ignoring something to be able to not hear it.
Wow. What does that mean?
I love it.
30 feet of movement, so I can, with my 30 feet of movement, I can go to, well, let me click it,
Slide
To
underneath the boy's legs.
because it's 25 to get to there.
The door is more in these 2 squares, just letting you know. But you can go through there to there, but the door is more this way, but I will allow you to go from there to there. Not really
Oh,
from there
thank
to
you.
there, though.
Okay.
Wait, don't block the door, damn it. It's my turn next.
I'll
Just
move.
as she can go there to there, you can go there to there.
Can
And
I?
as
I can
Mrs.
stab it from hit
Savengale
right
does.
with talon.
Yeah, you certainly can. What was that? Sorry, Jam?
And Agnes and Savengale can't do shit.
Yep. You can inspect your new items.
Yep.
We're just having a good talk.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Natural 20.
Agnes would
hell
not
yeah.
have a girl talk with someone.
You hearing this roar, you kind of shrug your shoulders, getting Night Eyes to jump off before you quickly rush forward, pulling your sword in your mind, going, "Oh, for God's sake, Boar!" As you jump into the room, you see this ghostly gnome figure bringing it slashing down, dealing 11 points of damage. Nice. It tears through this creature.
Sweet.
It tears through this creature, and you see that its form struggles to come back together after your blade has passed through it. Unlike for Sono, you notice, unlike what your flame and Boar's hand axe did, it kind of struggles to knit back together before forming over properly, and you just get another.
Sweet.
Oh, your turn.
Okay, so I'm able to get into the room from doing this, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be right here.
Yep.
Alright, I will burn a key point and I'll do 3 attacks.
Roll your attack.
First one hits, the Fury Blow hits. 13 plus 5, that'd be 8. That'd be
Yeah,
20.
I can figure it out. The first one, you launched your fist forwards and just. Oh yeah, it's a small creature. You kind of crouch slightly lower, recorrecting, and launch 2 more fists. They seem to somewhat connect, passing slightly through it. And as you bring your hand back out, it feels slightly numb and like you're struggling to sort of move it.
So that's 3, 1, 2, 6. 6 plus 6 is.
You didn't get a 20, so you and you forgot to add an additional
No.
3.
3 plus 3 is. Yeah, 3 plus 3 is 6.
You've done 12 points of damage.
Okay, sorry, I was doing math wrong. Okay.
2d4 plus 6 because you're rolling both damage at the same time, or 1d4
okay.
plus 3 for 1 fist. So you do 12 points of damage as your hand sort of weirdly passes through, and you kind of pull it back out, and you're sort
Yeah,
of
that's what I was
struggling
doing. I was counting to 12.
and you sort of struggle to open your fist, and it feels really weird.
Did
We just lost
the
Comet
shag
again, didn't we?
No, it was Jam.
Oh, was it Jam?
Oh.
If that is all Boar's doing,
Yeah.
Maybe
That
I'm
means
away
that's all
from
I
home.
really can do.
this creature will lash out with its hand and just sort of grab at you.
Oh, fun.
Oh no.
Okay.
Rolls an 18. I believe that hits your armor class.
Yeah, that does. I'm a class of 15, yeah.
All right, make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm so sorry.
Constitution saving throw. That is a plus 1. 20 plus a 1. That'd be a 13.
Welcome back, Jam.
I don't think that
Hello.
saves.
Oh,
Oh,
just
judging
make it.
by
you-
that, it just saves.
You just
Oh.
made it, you
Oh.
jammy git. However, you do take
Easy.
19 points of necrotic damage.
Son of a bitch.
As he reaches forward and
Oh.
just grabs through your chest, you look down in horror as you feel something tighten around your very heart, and you struggle to breathe and kind of back out, pulling the hand. And as you feel your entire body just beginning to tense and fill with lethargy, you kind of have to shake yourself and manage to shake off whatever effect was getting poured through you.
Cuddly Bugbear is
And with
about
that-
to go down.
Oh,
He just
God.
then walks through you.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I don't fucking like that.
You look
Pleasant
down
reaction.
as this. I would say Cerno does. I would say you would struggle if you miss. You have a chance of hitting Boar because it is walking through Boar and then through a wall, which is leaving your threatened area.
Do you trust me, boy?
Cerno, you swing and just hits against the wall where it was standing. And no, this
I
is
assume
not.
trust. Boy,
This
trust.
is not up to
boy
Ninja.
trust.
This is what you. This is what Arsene's gonna do. She's got a sword. It's walking through Boar and about to walk through the.
Why do you trust me?
Oh.
It's biased against my art.
As you
Oh,
try and
no.
swing at this gnome, you just your sword hits something, and you look up and you see that you've just cut into Boar's hip as he just collapses to the floor.
I'll heal him on my turn.
Damn it.
Maybe he
Agnes,
won't
your
remember.
turn.
So I just see this thing come through the wall.
Yeah,
right?
you just see it literally just just walk through the wall as if it's nothing, just still muttering and chanting to itself, staring at you.
Tell him
So it is
again.
heading purposely towards me.
Yep, apparently so.
Sword
Yep.
burst. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty ho.
Wait, hold on. Doesn't the damage get hat? Okay.
Hmm?
Nothing. Just.
Hmm?
I think 7 is lower than your AC.
So it gets d6. Fuck.
Right.
4 damage.
All of a sudden, swords start swirling around you and seem to cut through this creature. Its body kind of struggles to form back after each sword goes through.
Nope.
It doesn't look too best pleased. As you move
I
away,
know.
its hand reaches out to grasp at you.
I know, but I'm acting as Agnes. What did I get?
Natural 1. So as its hand reaches out, just a sword just pierces through it, and it just kind of ends up seemingly slapping itself in the face. It looks somewhat bewildered and just kind of goes back to just mumbling and chanting and ranting at you. Savangal, your turn.
She would like to step back. Can she see Boar from here?
Nope, he's a heap on the floor.
All right. So she would like to take one step back and cast Shatter.
What does
let me
Shatter
get
do?
the-
This hasn't been explained to me.
It's literally an incredibly loud burst of sound, which can literally shatter objects.
Kind of like an opera singer hitting a very high note to make.
More like a miniaturized explosion.
I like that even more. I don't like it.
Purple, you have control of it. Put where you're going to place the shatter blast.
Would
I
it
will
still
remind
hit?
you that there's a
That's
wall.
next to you.
There's a wall with them.
That would.
Would the wall hurt them?
It would if it's like that, it would hurt Arsene. It probably wouldn't hurt Boar or Cerno.
All right, she'd like to cast it over there then. Would it hurt
Alright.
anyone there?
Nope.
Agnes's hand.
If it
No,
if it
there's a
takes
wall in
if
the
it's
way.
if it takes more than half the square, so this one would technically be affected, and this one, but Agnes is the effect isn't in more than half
know,
half
I'm
or more of the square, so it
joking.
wouldn't affect
There's
her.
also a wall.
Yeah.
Or does
Yeah,
it
and
go
sound
round the wall?
travels much better through solid objects.
Mm.
All right. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, fun.
This
They
is-
love these saving throws. Another natural 1.
Hey.
You know what? Just for that, roll an additional die of damage. Roll an additional
But I
D8.
didn't get that.
No, you've on what? Oh God, that's 20
The
points of
saving
damage.
throw. The saving throw that got a natural 1
When was that?
was the sword burst and the dexterity saving throw, and it got a natural 1.
almost hit itself.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that deals. What damage does that deal? I need to figure this out quickly. So, Savangao, feeling like your magic can be so much more useful than just healing, you point behind this wraith-like entity, playing a quick
Hey,
tune on
sorry.
your bagpipes, as this loud explosion rattles through the halls once again.
Is it the
Okay.
loud screech? I don't know what the name of the song is. It's the ah. Yeah.
Yeah, not quite.
Is it?
It's literally just an explosion sound just ringing through the caves. And Boar, if you were conscious, you would be clapping your hands to your ears. You are, however, not conscious.
I see
It seems to
from it.
cause the wraith's form to shudder slightly before kind of coalescing back into its shape, and it just turns to stare at you. Sono, your turn.
Oh, gonna stand right in front of it.
I feel like I have to unmute this bit. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Clap your hands. Yeah.
That's a dexterity saving throw, isn't it?
I'll just
No.
double check for you very quick.
No, Constitution.
It's
It gets a natural 20 for this.
Constitution,
I'll go back to being
which
music
it gets
now.
20 overall. So as you clap your hands and create your own clap of thunder, it just seems to, the small sort of shockwave in the dust on the floor you see, as it sort of passes through the wraith, the dust just seems to float through it before the wraith kind of comes back slightly more into focus, and it seems it just sort of phased away from being able to be affected by it. Arsene, your turn.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on board, please?
You certainly can rectify your mistake.
Don't be mean, mate. Wait, do I have a +2? I think I have a +2. I do. Yay.
What's up?
We got
Boar,
another natural one.
you cough and splutter back to being somewhat conscious. Your everything hurts, especially your face. Your nose feels slightly broken. And there's a wound in your side you don't recall having beforehand.
I tied my sword quickly.
You kind of groggily look around and you're pretty sure you see Arsene just sort of wiping blood off her blade before just looking around innocently. Your turn, Boar.
I'm going to get up. How far away is my hand axe from me?
You're gonna sit back down.
Your hand
and
axe
stay
is
there.
over here, just resting against the wall.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I wouldn't have enough movement to grab it, push Arsene out of the way, and go outside and check it again, would I?
Nope. You would have 20-foot movement from standing up.
20 foot, so I'd be able to go to here. It's good. I'm just gonna walk outside and start wailing on the thing.
Why?
No.
Does Boar
Don't
even know where the thing is?
No, it just walked through him. And then he
Educated guess.
faded to black.
He wouldn't be able to get out the room with 20 feet.
No, don't do it.
picking up
No,
his
don't do it. Please, I'm begging you. You saw how much damage it did to you.
But you saw how much damage I could do to it.
Wait. Just sit down.
Fine.
Chill.
Boy grabs his hand axe and starts heading towards the door.
Bart, sit down to do this.
Alright, so you'll probably be about there.
Over here.
On there, okay. You grab your hand axe, you turn to the door, and as you look through the door, you see this ghostly hand reach towards your old friend's chest, reaching towards the very same place it reached in yours.
If it was the same height, wouldn't it?
No, as in the same place anatomy-wise, Smarty Pants.
You don't reach Boar's heart.
Yes,
It can fly.
because it can float,
Well, that's just showing off.
and that's
I
a
can-
23. So, Cerno, make a Constitution saving throw as you two feel this hand just push its way into your chest and grasp around your heart.
Pray. Everyone pray for that.
17
I'm not
points of
looking at
damage.
this. I'm not looking at this.
Oh my god, why
Oh
is it
my
taking
God.
both of you down to 1 point?
Oh my fucking god, saying this. Okay. I'm going to burn all of my key points, but I can't do them all at once because of this accent.
Sano, as you two suddenly. You just suddenly manage to force air back into your lungs as you take a few deep breaths as it just walks semi through you and into this pillar of rock.
Why?
Wait, what?
It's
Does
slowly
he get
regenerating
attack of
itself.
opportunity? No, he wouldn't.
Sano does, yeah.
I went to it. Okay.
Agnes, you notice it emerge on the other side.
I do.
Roll your damage.
So not mad.
Oh, maybe you don't. What's
Mm.
that? 8 plus 6 is 14 minus 7.
Blood for the ghost boy.
It does
Shut up,
emerge on the other side. And it just sort of looks around and locks eyes with you. Agnes, your turn.
Poisoned it.
Who do we lose again?
It's a ghost.
Oh, we lost Ninja this time.
I don't think
Oh.
poison works.
Constitution saving throw. And this
The
poison
small
gets
ray
stuck in
of
his throat.
green just strikes straight through it, glancing off the wall behind.
No, you should be dead.
Why does someone listen to me? Oh god. So much noises.
Now can you hear?
Can you hear me?
So yes, Agnes, the small green just goes through and hits the wall behind it, and it just continues to stare at you.
I have no bonus action. All that was that.
All right, Samgel, your turn. Is
You
Ninja
would
back
like-
yet?
Nope.
No, well.
Savangil would like to cast Healing Word on Cerno at level 2.
All right.
Ninja's also offline, so I don't know what that means.
He may be
He's still-
restarting.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Cerno, your heavy lungs seem to ease in pain slightly, and your heart isn't throbbing quite as much as the calming music of bagpipes, weirdly enough, comes to your ears. Anything else Seven Girl's gonna do?
She can't insult him, can she?
Yeah, I believe she can.
Alright, she would like to insult him.
Okay. He should make his wisdom saving throw. What is his wisdom? All right. How do you want to do this?
She would
Wow.
like to say, you're rather rude for a host. You're supposed to treat your guests with respect.
I come back to the best insult I've heard in a while.
As you say that, it whips around. You hear this muttering suddenly stop. It looks at you. You just feel a chill run down your spine before there's just a.
Oh.
They should be dead. They should be dead. Why do they come back alive? They should say dead.
There's just small wisps of green just floating down in the air where it once stood.
Oh,
It rolled a
thank
natural 1 if
God.
you were curious.
Ah.
Nice. I'm so glad everyone managed their saving throws.
Oh my
Hmm.
god.
I think this is the second time I've insulted something to death already.
We need to start a running tally.
Wait,
Mm.
Okay.
I think Erin's the right. No, isn't Erin the only one who's failed their constitutions against race so far?
I can't remember entirely.
I think so.
Well,
I think the rest of us
Okay, that was.
It rolled 1 less than your guys' current HP twice.
Yeah,
I'm
boys,
so annoyed by that.
Boy, go looky. Where's the
Boy, it could have killed them if they failed their constitution.
Sana, you kind of look over the chest, give it a slight kick. It sounds the sound sort of just echoes through it and seems somewhat hollow. You don't really, you kind of glance over. There are a couple of books. You don't really think there's much of use in here. You're a bit too busy kind of massaging your chest, trying to get your heart to flow, to function and beat properly. But you've had a bit more time to overcome this somewhat traumatic event, and you notice that the chest isn't actually empty. Opening it, inside there is, I shall now type this out, 1,100 copper pieces,
I will take all of those.
160 silver pieces,
Oh,
Boar takes all of these.
50 electrum pieces,
pass them to his bank.
and
Nice.
3 diamonds,
And
worth 100 gold pieces each.
And I have 5 electrum pieces.
50. I typed this
50
out.
electrum pieces. Okay, sorry. I was just adding everything, and now I have 3 diamonds. Okay, cool. Board pockets
Worth
all of
100
these.
gold pieces each. Please add that to your other items.
100 gold each now.
No, write 3 diamonds worth 100 gold pieces each into your other items.
Oh, okay. I will gladly write this down on my character sheet.
Guys, is there anything in there?
Nope.
Anyone else want to make investigation checks, or you are too busy
Darcy kind
scooping
of stood in the
a
door.
handful of coins out of the chest in a very obvious and clinky manner?
I'm assuming that's for the group party
Okay.
fund. Or
Yep.
Zavangel, you notice Boar scooping coins out of a chest and just scooping them into his own bag.
Why did I even write this down on my character sheet? I know for a fact Agnes is gonna get all the fucking thing. Agnes is
Agnes
gonna
hasn't
get all
asked
check
for
of your
anything.
own
What's
money.
what's everyone else doing?
Well, Agnes
Savagil's
has seen
just
that
judging
there's-
Boar.
Agnes
rolled
has
an
seen
8,
there's
so I
more of
left.
the fungus down here. So the only way left is this room. Is there any way out of this room, guys?
It appears to be a bathroom.
Yeah, we finally found the bathroom.
Wait. Yeah, okay. I'm doing this right. Just looking at this. Typing these all
So-
down. No, hold on.
The only way left is through deadly, harmful, should be left alone, water or fungus.
I think that the fungus room is. We didn't really investigate into there, but we can tell that it connects to the other side. So
I can tell that, but I think there is one more exit. I'm not sure. But it is. I wouldn't breathe it in.
Where's my item sheet? Because I will keep a hold of those diamonds if I can figure out how to add them. There we go. Zubabasha?
We did a
Other
guide. We've
you?
explored everywhere. I'm so proud of us.
Should we return?
Ninja,
Okay.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Just
in
one spot.
equipment, manage other possessions, other holdings. Edit
Oh.
possessions, type it in.
Okay, I do that.
What are you guys doing?
Zavangil would like to walk up into the room with the glowy well and stick her rapier in there.
All right. So now you peruse through the books. Make an investigation check. And what languages do you read? I can look up your languages as long as you write down what.
Okay.
As long as you just make an investigation check.
Boy is going to slowly tell Agnes all of the money that he now has in his possession.
Oh Jesus! Right, skimming through these books.
What is up with you and natural 20s comment?
Mm.
Quite a lot of them are sort of, seem to be well, actually, as you look over them, they seem to be in quite good nick, and you come to a realization that these books seem to be enchanted to stay in good condition. Savangol, roll a d12.
That must be his treasure.
So as you flip through them, quite a lot of them are written in common. One of them is written in a language you do not understand. However, from the contents of what you sort of get from reading through these, there seems to be talk of, a few of them. One seems to talk about the very mountain, the small cluster of mountains to which you stand in, and the very mountain range itself, which connects to the Sword Coast. You've seen the mountain range on the horizon. It is giant. It speaks about a dragon. It doesn't name it, but it speaks about a dragon and the something about long dead, and that the essentially what you are currently stood in is what used to be part of said dragon's skeleton, and the entire mountain range is essentially what was once this dragon's skeleton. And to you, that is pretty mind-blowing. This is a massive mountain range. It spans half a continent.
Holy okay.
Wow. That's a big
It makes mention of purple scales. Something about the Shadowfell, and that essentially one of them is a research journal into what makes this cave so magical. And it is believed that essentially the remains of the dragon, this dragon which was so large and infused with so much magical energy, and when it was killed just had so much magical energy around it, essentially they seeped into it, and as it became rock and ore, this magic energy lingers still, and that is essentially what they're using and harnessing to, or what they were using and harnessing to make these incredibly powerful weapons and armor. And there is one other thing which you notice. In this, it makes mention, and let me just check my own. It makes mention of the Storm Warrior. Something which rings a slight bell for you.
My dad. I mean, my God, but not like my God.
And it also, there's a
like,
name
my God.
which you also notice appear once or twice, but you assume it's a name. It makes reference to something called Dragon's Spirit.
I'm sitting up now.
And the need to track it down. Most of them are in common. One of them is in a language which he cannot read.
He doesn't even know what it is. Yeah.
Red blood.
So
Shut up,
that is everything which you get from these books, Sono.
Cerno,
your rapier is now acts as a magic +1 rapier for the next 10 hours. Comet, just add a pile of books, and then you've got this in recording if you want to record down exactly what I just said.
Dude, that is amazing. Holy crap. It talks about Cord, though.
That's pretty cool.
It doesn't mention Cord by name, it mentions the Storm Warrior, which Sono has a slight recollection of, but he doesn't recall it being Cord, he just recalls having heard of it.
Yeah.
Does Cerno show us the book that he doesn't understand?
I don't know, does he?
Does
Tavern Girl
he
comes back
intellect
looking
it?
rather chuffed with herself, with her rapier giving off a slight green glow.
I'm not going to ask what you did with that.
Boy takes over the bed and just lays there in pain.
Do any of us
okay.
understand the
Arsene
book?
does.
Is it draconic by any
No,
chance?
it is infernal.
Even better.
And it appears to be his diary.
What?
Can I laugh? I'm laughing.
Wait, hold on. Whose diary is it? Is it Cerno's?
No,
No,
as you
the
flip through, the
person.
beginning seems to be pretty normal for what you'd expect. Talking about the joys of being able to work here, being able to start the investigation. As it gets, you kind of just flip through close to the end, and at the near the end, it seems to start talking about worry about the orcs invasions, the need to set up magical countermeasures to try and keep them in place. That he and a few other fellow wizards are going to summon a spectre, and that he shall also go about creating a flame skull in aid of defense if they ever need it.
Yeah.
Does it give any details on this
God, I
spectre
know.
and the flame skull?
The flame skull,
Oh.
it doesn't seem to mention much. The spectre, it makes mention that getting hold of a tentacle of a beholder is proving to be a tough challenge. They just need one more. Before, there's
I
not
think
much
they've
else
got that
written in
last
it.
one.
So
Hmm?
it was
This
like
is Agnes just saying, I think they got the last beholder tentacle.
Boys
Oh,
just
yeah,
laying there
yeah,
like,
yeah.
everything hurts.
Wait, so that thing was kind of a beholder, but not a proper beholder?
You do not
Parts of
know.
it, though.
Don't mind me, I'm just mumbling.
After hearing that
Mhm.
diary, Agnes is going to search the paperwork. Did you say there was paperwork in this room up here?
What was paperwork, but it literally disintegrated on touch, and as you shuffled through it,
Yeah.
it all disintegrated. There's nothing to read.
Samuel would like to investigate this room just to see if there's any secret storage places for stuff.
Roll an investigation check.
It's all underneath the bed. Under the rug, that works.
A trapdoor.
You kind of poke around, and on sort of down the side of the chair, you stick your paw down just out of curiosity, and your hand closes around a small pipe which you pull out, and it's a small pipe with sort of made out of wood, but it has a platinum figurine stood on top of it. And it is worth 150 gold pieces. Write that to your character sheet.
We already have a lot of money.
Agnes ain't finding any of the money.
She's got a dagger. She can get that money.
Speaking of
Of a
which,
pipe with a silver figure on it, or
platinum figure
It's worth a lot.
I
worth
suggest we go back
150
the way we
gold
came.
pieces.
all right.
I suggest
Okay,
we
for
go
the
back
sake
the
of
way we
brevity,
came, ignoring the room with
you make it
what
back to the way you came.
maybe the skull. Yes,
I
ignoring the skull room. We inform them, so it's all done, apart from this floating skull. But we've killed it twice, so what more do you want?
for you to stop it coming back, of course.
Yeah, we don't know how
Wait,
to do
I
that.
didn't know.
Ninja, I was just going to assume you made it up, but since you rolled your climb check and failed it so badly.
Oh my god, does he pass and does he knock himself out?
Nope, he knocks himself down to 1 hit point before making it up.
my god.
I think didn't when you say we needed
I thought you said everyone
holy for the skull.
roll for something.
Need holy
You
stuff.
need... Yeah. The skull can keep being destroyed, but it will come back. It needs someone who has some attachment to some mythical, godlike being to throw water at it.
Or for someone to dispel the magic which is enchanted onto it. Sono, you have an extra prepared spell that you have not prepared.
Are you serious, Cerno?
Guess what we're doing tomorrow?
Boy is going to look at them now in his baffled state as soon as he gets up and everything else is done explaining.
Who do we lose?
Was it Cerno? Was it
No,
Connor?
Ninja.
Cerno apparently has one slot for to prepare a spell that he has not used.
You have 5 out of 6 spells prepared. You can prepare one more, smart one.
Quickly,
Could that be
prepare the one you
Elman
need.
by any
Come on.
chance?
I don't think there's anything which could help.
Oh,
But just point a note.
well. Agnes continues stating that they can do nothing about it in their current state.
Uh,
We don't have that type of power. Get someone who can.
all right.
be
Well, it's
really
coming out
tough.
part of your cut to deal with it then.
Excuse
But
me? I mean, we could keep killing it every hour or so. If that's what you wish.
well, we wished for you to be able to clear out the mine, but if that
Hello.
is the best that you can do, we
I would have
shall
wished for a bit more muscle, but you two stayed here.
Discord don't like me.
be.
Let it be.
Right, we shall call the session
be.
there. Although I assume Savangal would like to cast Identify on the 2 objects found.
Wait, did
Verbal,
hello?
Yes.
would you like to cast will Savangal cast Identify on the 2 objects that you guys found?
Yes, she would
The-
like to.
The
All
2
right.
or the 3, including the pipe. I guess that's just a pipe.
It is just a pipe. There's nothing magical
The
about it.
dagger and the ring.
All right, Agnes, your dagger
Yeah.
sent to you.
If it's another butter knife, I can do it's not another butter knife.
Savangal, your ring.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear
Hello.
you, Ninja.
Okay. Just one.
It's not another butter knife. But I know.
Let me go ahead and let me go to Twitch. But would Boyd describe to Gundar and Nundor what the heck he saw, if that helped at all?
Nundro. But
Nundro
what is he describing?
describing exactly what he saw: a giant green skull with
They
beholder
both
type.
look somewhat taken aback and have no idea as to what it is. Arsene and Agnes quickly point out that it is something called a spectre, and other than that, they have no idea.
We found this out because Arsene read the person's diary.
Mm-hmm.
The dead person's diary, so I guess that's not snooping as much.
Unknown race.
And sure, Cerno. Buddies.
I should
Yeah.
I should create the D&D Beyond versions of these 2 items. Oh, actually, no. I think I may have already created.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
And
have
I
we
should
stopped the stream? Question.
No,
stopped
stream's
it,
still
so-
going.
Oh, never mind. I already created
Have
it.
we?
So, Agnes, I've added one to your inventory.
Nice.
Savangal, I believe I can add it also to your inventory because I think I was smart and
Alright, I've unmuted myself just so I can sort of send us out of the stream. So, hang on. I
Agnes
have to
also
cough.
mentions the fungus.
Sorry.
one ring has been added to your inventory, Savangal.
The One Ring to rule them all. So, yes, end of the stream here. It was a shorter one today. So yes, thank you for everyone. The first episode of Dummy and Dice said it's going to be Twitch and stuff. Still deciding on that. I had thought of maybe
Hashtag
making
throw it
its
on my
own
channel.
channel for it, like another channel, like a separate Dummies and Dice channel, but thinking about
On
it.
YouTube?
Yeah.
That'd be more work.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Although,
so
if you need a logo and a board, you know who to go to.
yes, yes, I do know who to call. I do know who to call. So yes, I'll send that. to the-
Ghostbusters! Oh, wait a second.
God damn it!
You do.
I
No,
can't
look at
laugh.
what you've done.
I can't laugh. I
You
can't
killed
though.
him. That's my
Alright.
job.
Alright. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.